You're listening to the X-Zone Radio Show live and around the world on the Talkstar Radio Network. Visit us online at
www.xzone-radio.com.
The X-Zone radio and TV show is largely an opinion talk show. All opinions, comments, or statements of fact expressed by Rob McConnell's guests are strictly their own and are not to be construed as those of the X-Zone radio and TV show or in any manner endorsed by Rob McConnell, Relmar McConnell Media Company, Talkstar Radio Network, its affiliated stations, or employees.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Back to the X-Zone, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell, and by the way, if there are any single ladies out there, the Green Hornet is kind of looking for love in all the wrong places. He's been told already by the Florida State Police to stop, but I couldn't help that one. Dougal Fraser is our special guest this hour. He is a psychic, clairvoyant, and author, and we've had the pleasure of having Dougal on the show before. Everyone wants to know when and where they'll find true love, and this is why, the Green Hornet is at Talkstar Radio Network Master Control at this hour. If they could change careers, how to find the courage to follow their dreams. In short, everyone would like a peek into their future. Now, whether you want to examine your past, present, or future, Dougal Fraser has a very special ability to tune into the lives of those who seek his knowledge. His gift is clairvoyance, which is second sight. His fresh voice, wit, and dead-on predictions got him named Best Psychic in Dallas at the age of 20. And he soon relocated to New York, where he quickly became one of the city's top psychics. Now, Dougal knew at a very early age that he saw the world and others differently. He could easily perceive the desires, problems, and secrets in lives. Not always an easy gift to have, I would imagine. He gave his first reading at the age of 8 and was regularly counseling adults while he was still in grade school. By the time he was 14, he began to truly understand his abilities and how to best use them for the greater good. He has studied massage, meditation, psychology, and healing extensively to enhance his natural talent. Dougal has maintained a professional practice for more than 10 years and is now recognized as one of the country's top psychics with a regular international clientele. And Dougal Fraser, welcome back to the X-Zone. How are you, Dougal?
I'm great, Rob. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. It's always great having you here on the show. You are such a busy guy. Where do you get the time to write? You're traveling. You're giving psychic readings to people all over the world, and I understand you just got back from a holiday, a well-deserved holiday.
I did, yeah. I was on vacation. I think when you're in your passion, when you're doing the work that you love, it doesn't always feel as overwhelming. So even when you say you're a busy guy, I mean, to me it's just, the everyday events, and I love what I do. I'm blessed to be able to speak to people from all over the world and give insight and information, and nothing could be more fun than that. I love this stuff. I've always been interested in it. I will always be interested in it, so I'm very lucky to have what I see as a full day.
This is why you are one of the top psychics, not only in the United States.
Yeah, but you'd think as a top psychic tonight I'd know that my ringer was off the phone when your producer was trying to call. I mean, some psychic, I should have been aware of that.
Well, you know what? I've been told by so many psychics that they are psychic for everyone else, but never for themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I can't read for friends or family. I mean, even within my own business, we have it set up in our computer that we know when you've booked an appointment. You can only come once a year. And if I start to see too much regularity, if I remember you, I start to care, and then I become biased. So it's imperative, I think, for people who are listening, if you start getting into one psychic or one spiritual teacher, you should always diversify. Go to another energy, get some more information. It's the combination of wisdom that I think kind of leads you to the path that's best suited for you.
So you see, my friend, that is why you did not know the ringer was off.
Exactly.
Dougal, please stand by. We've got to take a commercial break. When we come back, Dougal, I'd like to see what you require from the X-Zone Nation, because people have heard that you were going to be on the show. I've been promoting you all week, and the lines are blazing. In fact, it is so hot at Master Control, where the Green Hornet is, he had to turn the air conditioner on because that's how hard the lines are blazing. Dougal Fraser is our special guest this hour. His website, www.dougallfraser.com. And we'll be taking your calls at 1-877-528-8255. My name's Rob McConnell, and this is the X-Zone on the Talkstar Radio Network, live and around the world from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, on the Talkstar Radio Network, X-Zone TV, and
Fortune teller, fortune teller, fortune teller, can you see what my future's going to be? Can you see it all in your crystal ball? Have you got a dream for me? Fortune teller, is she free? Has she waited just for me? You can see it all in
welcome back, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell. Dougal Fraser is our special guest. Dougal, I was going to play My Ding-a-Ling, but then I figured, nah.
You will? Say that again.
I was going to play My Ding-a-Ling by Chuck Berry because your ringer was off.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Rob, it's too late for you to treat me this way.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll behave. No, I'm not. Hey, listen, Dougal, what information do you need from the X-Zone Nation in order for you to help them out or to see into their future?
Basically what I'm doing is I'm listening to the sound of their voice. So basically what I'd like people to do is to say their name 3 times and present a question, and I'll either answer that question or, tell them what I perceive from their energy.
All right, it's that simple, X-Zone Nation. When you call at 1-877-528-8255, and when we bring you on to speak to Dougal, please say your name 3 times and have a question ready. Let's go to our first caller of the night, Dougal. Louise in Louisiana is joining us. Hi, Louise.
Hi,
How are you tonight?
I'm great.
Could you please say your name 3 times and ask Dougal your question?
My name is Louise, and I want to know about career matters.
Well, Louise, the first thing that I see when I talk to you is they show a deep, deep color red in your aura. Red comes from the center of the chest. It's the emotional body. It's the healing nature. You're going to notice in the next couple of weeks that you don't have as much energy as you used to. I don't know if it's depression, but I'm feeling kind of down and I'm not feeling as motivated. What we need to do right now is organize your thoughts a little bit more. You tend to get really excited with something. You get gung-ho, and then you overwhelm yourself, and then it's kind of like you're exhausted. What we need to do is learn how to stabilize your energy so that it plays throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, so that you're constantly feeling productive. There's not a significant change of finances for a few weeks for you. However, it feels like in the month of June, something connected to healthcare or the healing environment presents itself as a job. Now, this is something you've thought of doing before. However, for some reason, you seem kind of hesitant about it. It may not be the most money in the beginning, but it does feel like there's definitely room to grow there. So what I want you to do in the month of May is be patient with yourself. If you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling run down, I want you to look at it as kind of a hibernation period. You're gathering your strength, you're gathering your tools. You'll come out of what feels like a little bit of a funk, and as soon as we move into June, there seems to be a burst of energy and that new career. But start thinking something connected to healthcare, wellness. That's the direction they seem to be pushing you in.
Okay.
All right, Louise, thanks very much for joining us, and take care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Let's go to Halifax, Nova Scotia. Mariska is joining us. Hi, Mariska.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, nice chatting with you on MSN today. Thanks very much for taking time.
Yeah.
Mariska, I need you to say your name 3 times and ask Dougal your question, dear.
Okay. Mariska. And just, is there anything prosperous in my relationship status in the near future, or like anything work-related?
Okay, well, the first thing's first, it's hard for me to hear your voice, but one of the things that I get with you is more of this neon kind of green color. I wonder if you were younger, if you had ever thought about being a teacher. Green color is the energy of information. It's wisdom. It's the delivering of information. Your energy is very, very fast. It's rapid thought. I mean, constant ideas. There's something about your ability to present information to people as a teacher or a leadership energy, which I think you're really, really good at. You will notice that your friends, people in your life, tend to seek your counsel very, very often. The best environment for you to be in is where you feel like you're delivering information, you're having an effect on people. That's what tends to make you feel the best. Any shade of green tends to be a leadership color. You will naturally always fall into a place of leadership, so that seems to be the direction that we're going in right now. However, I have to tell you, because you have this shade of green in your aura, a lot of times it's hard for you to attract an equal. Attracting people to you, very, very easy. People are always captivated by your energy, but an equal, someone of like-minded consciousness, that's going to be a little bit tougher. What I want you to focus on right now, and remember that the universe kind of sees you as this teaching being. Any opportunity career-wise that presents itself, you should always ask yourself, is this a vehicle in which I can kind of deliver information and be that leadership energy? Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, one of the things I also want you to work on is exercise is imperative. Meditation for you will be a little bit of a struggle. I don't see you like sitting in the lotus position for like an hour. I'd like you to do meditation that involves movement, yoga, Pilates, biking, running, anything where we kind of exhaust the physical body in order for you to find your center. But, I sound crazy, but over in my head they keep saying over and over again, tell the teacher this, tell the teacher that. It's a good year for you financially, but you've got to get in front of people. You've got to deliver the information. That's where you are best. Did you think about becoming a teacher?
I did when I was really young.
Yeah, and that will play. It's not traditional. I don't see you in the classroom environment, but it's about delivering information. That's where you are best.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mariska, take care of yourself, and thanks once again for chatting with us on MSN today.
Thank you, too.
Bye-bye, dear. 1-877-528-8255 is toll-free. We have a couple of lines open, Exonation, if you'd like to give us a call and speak to Dougal Fraser. 1-877-528-8255. Dougal, a lot of people are looking towards the year 2012 as an end time. My personal belief is the year 2012, December 21st at 11:11, is going to be the start of a new spiritual movement here on this planet where people are going to take spirituality to the next level.
Yeah.
How do you see the year 2012? Because a lot of people, for some reason, are looking at doom and gloom all the time these days.
Yeah, well, that's been going on forever.
Yeah.
I think there's always an area where they think it's the end of the world. My personal belief is I have never seen anything related to the end of the world. I think consciousness is shifting. Mm-hmm. I think the average human being is claiming their power. I think a lot of people are concerned about where we are today in the planet, and they want to make a difference. So my feeling, not necessarily about 2012, but as we progress in the next 10 years, is that people are becoming more aware, and with awareness becomes change. I see that all for the positive. I'm actually quite pleased with the direction that the world is going in, and I think we're going to see a dramatic shift in consciousness and people becoming more aware and wanting to make a change and really kind of stretching their voices about what it is that they want, what kind of a planet we want to live in, and it's all positive stuff. It's all good.
You know what, Dougal, and I believe that the problems that we're having with, with the environment is bringing people together.
Absolutely.
Global warming is a negative that is being turned into a positive by the amount of people that are getting behind it and saying, all right, world, let's forget religion, let's forget color, let's forget the different philosophies. Let's just recognize that we're all human beings and we have to work together.
Exactly. There's a unity that comes there. You know, I mean, I think in every single country, I mean, in every single home, everybody's starting to be aware of the fact that we have to make a difference. We can no longer be lazy. I mean, I hate to use that word, but I think for a while we have become kind of a lazy world. And as we progress, we realize that we have to start making a difference. And myself included. I just got a hybrid. I'm very excited about it.
Good for you.
You know, and I love it. When I'm driving around, I look at people saying, I'm changing the world.
Yes,
and I
you
think
are.
that's what everyone's starting to do. They're becoming aware of their own backyard and expanding that in their consciousness and realizing that simple little steps that we can all do actually make a difference on the planet, and that makes there a sense of unity with everyone. You can make a difference.
Everyone can. Let's go to our next caller, Claude in Ottawa, listening to us on AM 580 CFRA. Welcome to the show. Claude, could you please say your name 3 times for Dougal and then ask your question?
Certainly. Claude. And my question is about my future, finances and anything like that in general.
Well, first of all, Claude, you're actually going to be moving in the summer months. They show a change of location. I can't believe I'm saying this because real estate has not been great, but real estate for you is actually a great place for you to make money in the next year. Have you ever done anything connected to real estate before?
No, I have my own home right now, and I've been fixing it up.
Yeah, there's a change in real estate in the summer months, which I think is really, really good. A second income for you on the side. I don't think it's going to be full-time, though. Will have to do with real estate investment, which is great. There's something about changing a structure, the home being the reflection of your consciousness, building your foundation, making things kind of expand. This is your creative nature. So financially for you, there's a fair amount of money to be made in real estate in like the next 5-year cycle, which is really good. The interesting thing about your energy is I see a really bright yellow. Yellow light is the color of independence. It's the mental nature. If there's one thing in your life I'd like you to work on, it seems really important for you to be independent. It seems really important for you to project to the planet that you can take care of things. You're good at doing it on your own. You've done a great job with that. However, I would like you to work on inviting people into your process. Sometimes I think you internalize things too much and you want to fix it on your own, which is certainly understandable, but it could also be powerful to kind of create more intimacy by letting people see your process. When you're feeling weak, when you're feeling down, to let someone in. Everybody knows you as being productive, as being someone who is independent, but it's also important to let people know when you need a little extra attention, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's great. Thank you very much. Rob, you have
Yes, sir.
a good night, and also you, Doobie. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much, and have a great weekend, Claude. 1-877-528-8255 is toll-free throughout the U.S., Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii. Our special guest this hour is psychic, clairvoyant, and author Dougal Fraser. His website, Exonation, is www.dougalfraser.com. Dougal, we've got about a minute and a half before we go to our news break. What do you see for the Exonation?
The Exonation is going to continue to get bigger. I would think more things related to television, which is really good. Actually, there will be people being brought into the company itself or the structure that will help kind of expand. But my advice to you right now would be definitely focusing on the visual media aspect of your business.
Thank you very much for that, my friend.
You're welcome.
Dougal Fraser and I will be back on the other side of the news. Exxon Nation, once again, 1-877-528-8255. That's toll-free throughout the U.S., Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii at 1-877-528-8255. My name is Rob McConnell. This is the X-Zone, coming to you live and around the world from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Dougal Fraser and I will be back after the news with your calls, your future. And don't forget, when you call up, I need to hear your name 3 times and your question for Dougal. We'll be back, continuing live on the Talkstar Radio Network. Don't go away.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Get ready for a toll-free number to Associated Tax Relief. Associated Tax Relief has helped others settle their tax debt with the IRS for mere pennies on the dollar. Associated Tax Relief's accountants, attorneys, and tax preparers are experts at negotiating with the IRS to settle your debt and put an end to the letters, wage garnishment, and hassles. In fact, the IRS is offering you a one-time opportunity to pay your tax debt for less than what you owe. You owe it to yourself to find out how you could save literally thousands of dollars on your tax debt by calling for a free consultation. There's absolutely no cost or obligation for this free tax consultation. Get the facts on how Associated Tax Relief can help you settle your debt with the IRS. Call now, 800-655-3298. Don't wait another minute. Call for your free consultation at 800-655-3298. That's 800-655-3298. 800-655-3298.
If you've got kids, chances are sooner or later you're going to need dental help. And when you do, I hope you'll remember 1995dental.com. 1995dental.com tells you how to save about 50% on braces for your kids. Similar savings on other services. Because this isn't insurance, there is no waiting period, no exclusion, no claim forms to fill out. You get instant savings from tens of thousands of dentists coast to coast. Unlike a lot of insurance policies, this discount program covers cosmetic dentistry, bonding, and cleaning. For the individual, it's $11.95 a month, but for the entire family, everyone who lives under your roof, regardless of age or relationship, it's $19.95 a month. Hence our name, 1995dental.com. Type in the numbers 1995, then the word dental.com. 1995dental.com will save you.
You're listening to the X Zone Radio Show live and around the world on the Talkstar Radio Network. Visit us online at
www.xzone-radio.com. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you.
Hi, this is Eric Rawls of Cosmoverse.com, and you're listening to Rob McConnell in the X Zone.
Hi, this is Blade Runner, and you are listening to Canada's #1 paranormal radio show, The X Zone, with Rob McConnell.
Hi, I'm Laura Sabrin of Feast to Fields Organic Vineyard in Jordan, and you're listening to Canada's #1 paranormal radio show, The X Zone, with Rob McConnell.
Hi, my name is Lady Ashley, the White Witch of Niagara-on-the-Lake, and you're listening to Canada's #1 paranormal talk radio show, The X Zone, with Rob McConnell.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome back to the X Zone. Dougal Fraser is our special guest. His website is www.dougalfraser.com. All right, let's get back to our phones. We have Ismail joining us now. Hello, could you please say your name 3 times for us and your question for Dougal?
Ismail. And my question is about my future.
Okay, Ismail, do you have a specific question?
Like last listener I was listening is talking about your explaining for his life, and that really kind of struggle, you know. I don't know where to go, but.
Well, Ishmael, I got to be honest with you. I'm not getting a strong hit. I'm kind of having a hard time hearing your voice. So if you have a specific question, if you could speak up a little bit.
I'm just worrying about my future. That's only what question I have.
Okay, well here's what I can tell you. To be quite honest with you, when I listen to your voice, I'm not getting a huge amount of energy. So what that means right now is we need to do things in your life that kind of invoke passion, that invoke excitement. One of the things that I'm going to suggest to you, if you do any kind of meditation or visualization, is I want you to think of like a scarlet kind of a color. Scarlet is considered the color of passion. It's considered the rocket fuel of the universe. At the moment right now, I'm not feeling enough direction. and not everything in our future is kind of laid out. It feels like you need to find something in your life that inspires you again. You need to go back to what you know. I wish I could be more helpful with that, but what I'd like you to do is kind of journal write, get some things down on paper that, maybe motivate you a little bit, but I'm just not getting a strong hit from you tonight. I apologize for that.
All right, thank you very much for calling, sir. 1-877-528-8255. Mary in Ottawa, welcome to the X Zone. Please say your name 3 times and ask Dougal your question.
Well, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, dear.
Nice to talk to you. Mary. And I'd like to know what is the future condition of my health.
Well, Mary, the good news is as soon as I hear the tone of your voice, I see a really soft pink. Now, pink light is the light of perfection and unconditional love. Typically with pink light, especially around a woman, there's an energy that you kind of exude to other people of real kindness. The way that you see other people, you have this ability to recognize their potential. You have this ability to see the light in just about every situation, which is great. However, out of your sweetness and your kindness, oftentimes what happens is your needs go unmet. One of the things that you're working on in the next 6 months to a year is making sure to take care of self. What I want you to think of is your heart or your emotional body is almost like a bank account. You've got a certain amount of money in there, and you've been kind of paying these bills of people emotionally in your life, giving all of this energy out, and at the moment, that bank account needs to be replenished. And the way that we do that is by pulling back a little bit. At the moment, we need to work really hard on saying no. I don't have to teach you how to be kind. That comes very naturally to you. What I do have to teach you to do, though, is to recognize when maybe you're giving too much, when maybe you need to say no, you need to pull back just a little bit. The good news, in reference to your question about health, is pink is a very positive color. It generally represents positive health and wellness, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. What you do want to do right now, though, is take kind of emotional inventory. Look at all of the people in your life, all of the energy that you're giving out, and make sure that there are some people in there as well that are balancing things out by giving to you. Nothing would please me more than to have you join like a support group or have a circle of friends that you kind of meet with once a week where you're each equally sharing. You're listening, you're talking about your lives, and it's an equal dynamic. You're so kind, you're so good-natured, which is terrific. I just think your energy and your soul's a little tired right now, and we need to recoup just a little bit. Does that make sense?
It certainly does.
And what I find fascinating about you, Mary, is you're so kind and forgiving to other people, but you can be really hard on yourself. You tend to get kind of nitpicky with yourself. So
You're
another
right.
piece of advice would be, I want you to look at yourself the way you see others. Be just as kind and just as patient with yourself. You deserve a little bit of a pat on the back, okay?
Well, I think you're absolutely marvelous. You hit the nail on the head.
Well, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that.
Whatever. Is it possible to ask one more question?
Well,
Sure,
for you,
sweetheart.
Mary, anything.
Oh, how delightful. Finances.
Finances. I got to be honest with you. Finances are mediocre right now. It's going to get better, but it feels like in the next year there seems to be quite a bit of worry connected to that. For some reason, in the year 2009, specifically in the month of February, you seem very pleased about money, so there's an increase there. But right now it just feels mediocre, okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Mary. Best of luck to you.
Mary, have a wonderful weekend, dear.
And the same to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. Mark, please say your name 3 times and ask your question to Dougal Fraser.
Hi. Yes, Mark. And I want to ask about some career options I have.
Well, actually, it's funny, Mark. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you should be self-employed. Are you currently self-employed?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because they keep talking about self-employment. There's something about you making a really good boss. I see people underneath you. There's a very, very deep kind of gold color. Gold comes from the crown of their head. It's considered a color of self-employment. It's considered a color of like owning a business. So there's something about you being in this independent venture that I think is really important. One of the things that I want you to do in the next week, and this is your homework, is I want you to draw up like the perfect day. What time do you get up in the morning? What exactly are you doing for your business? What's the emotional return behind that? A lot of times when someone has gold in their energy, they get a little lost in trying to make the right decision versus making a passionate decision. You are in a transition right now of becoming self-employed, which I think is the absolute best thing for you. You've got to pay attention to ideas. If you start saying things like, someone should create blah, 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 or I wish someone would come up with whatever it is, be very, very focused on ideas. I can pretty much guarantee, if you were paying me for this, that within the next 6 months you would be self-employed. I really, really, really want you to focus on that, okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
These choices, how will this affect my personal life?
Personal life actually mostly going to be focused on your business at the moment, so you might get a little bit distracted with that. Typically when a man has gold around them, they get kind of tunnel vision. They're not very good at juggling things. So if you're focused on your career, that's all you kind of focus on. When you're focused on your relationship, that's all you kind of focus on. So in your entire lifespan, one of the things that you're going to need to do is make sure that you're evening your energy out. We give the same amount of energy to home. We give the same amount of energy to business. We give the same amount of energy to family. That's going to take a little while for you to focus on. It's my belief that things come to us kind of in cycles. Right now you're in a career cycle. As soon as you anchor that self-employment position and that starts to feel comfortable, then more things will focus in the personal world.
Gotcha.
Okay?
All right.
Thanks very much for calling, Mark. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye now. Let's go to Caroline. Hello, Caroline.
Hi.
Could you please say your name 3 times and ask Dougal your question, dear?
Caroline, and I'm just kind of interested to know if my life going to pretty much stay the same, my future pretty much the same as it is now.
Well, Caroline, to be honest with you, there's actually a little bit of stress that comes up in the next couple of weeks. A lot of times in your family, you tend to be pulled into situations of stress and kind of chaos. The first color that I see around you is this very soft purple, and purple light is the color of the peaceful warrior. It's a good color to have, but it's like everybody wants to pull you in. They want you to be the mediator. They want you to kind of even things out. It feels like someone in the family is either getting divorced or there's an ending of a relationship, and it seems to affect everyone pretty intensely. So a large part of what you're going to be dealing with is kind of trying to cool all of these fires. Now, it's not a bad time. It's just kind of an intense period, and I feel very raw when I focus on your energy. So one of the things that you want to do, a great thing right now would be to be keeping a journal, getting things out on paper. We really want to kind of empty the trash can that's our mind if you find there's a lot of free-flowing thought. But a lot of people are going to be asking you to kind of come into their problems. You don't always have to do it. You don't always have to give your opinion. However, you do tend to be very, very good at it. But just know that your boundaries are going to be tested related to relationship and family issues, okay?
All right. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
Have a nice
and I'm
weekend.
really enjoying the program.
Thank you very much, Caroline.
Thank you.
Good night, dear. Carolyn in Ottawa, listening to us on AM 580 CFRA. Could you please say your name 3 times for Dougal and ask your question?
Hi.
Hi there.
It's Carolyn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a toss-up between 2 questions. Well, one is that I've spent a lot of my life doing jobs that were very unfulfilling. Now I'm an older person, but I still have this dream, and I wonder if you see me finding anything, even at older time in life.
Well, the first thing that I focus on is I'm getting a lot of stress in like the neck and the back area. One of the things I'd love to have you do is maybe visit like an acupuncturist or a chiropractor there. Something is not in alignment with the spinal column. Now, the spinal column is the sense of self. It's kind of like our ego nature. It's our self-confidence. And it feels like right now a large part of what you're doing is trying to be more self-confident and trying to believe in yourself. I spoke earlier about an individual who is very good at seeing the potential in other people. You're very, very similar in that way. I kind of need you to be more selfish, and I don't normally say that. But if you look at your day, if you look at your life, there's too many times where you're focused on another individual or a cause or something outside of you. And one of the things that we need to do right now is really focus on you. This may surprise you, but I actually think education will be coming back into your life. I feel like I'm returning to school. I feel like I'm investing in me. I feel like I'm focusing on my passion, and that's something that manifests in the next year. If you have the opportunity to do anything related to a work-study program or expanding the knowledge that you already have, I think that would be the best bet. There are too many situations in your life. I'm sorry, what?
I'm 65.
Well, that's okay. You can learn at any time in your life. But it feels like to me there are too many situations in your life where you've kind of passed up opportunities that were related to like really enriching you. So what we need to focus on right now is expanding your consciousness, expanding your wealth of knowledge, and being a little bit more selfish. That's a good thing. Take time for yourself. But what they're showing me is something related to education. So like I said, if there's a work-study program or something that comes up, I really want you to take that opportunity, okay?
Well, that sounds interesting. I've been really interested in healing, though. Maybe.
And have you studied that?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
Energy
work? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Energy work?
Well, my feeling is something manifests related to, like, going to school. So it could be related to the healing. I don't see that specifically, but it's more about being in that environment where you're learning. Whatever motivates you, that's my advice in the direction that I would go in, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do I have time for one quickie?
No, I'm sorry. We've got to get on to our next caller, Carolyn.
Okay.
Thanks very much for calling.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend, honey. Bye-bye now. Donna in Ottawa, welcome to the X Zone. Please say your name 3 times and ask Dougal your question.
It's Donna, and I would like to know if there are any changes in my family dynamics in the next couple of months.
Donna, you got to be really careful with money right now. For some reason, it's like you're examining finances, you're looking at money from every single angle, and we need to be very, very careful. I don't understand why this is going to happen, but it feels like we're reviewing all of our accounts. We're trying to figure out how much money we owe, how much money we actually have. It's going to be kind of difficult to do all this. It feels kind of overwhelming, but once we get to the summer months, like July and early August, you seem to be a little bit more stable. Right now is a time for saving and planning. It is imperative. This is not the best time for you financially, but I feel like we're kind of organizing, and once we figure out where everything is and we've got it all down on paper, things are going to get much, much better, but I want you to be very, very conscious right now about saving money. It is imperative. You're on an upswing. In the next 5 years, things are going to get much, much better, but I just feel like we really need to examine where we are financially. That would be the major change that I see coming at the moment.
What does that really have with the family dynamics?
Sometimes when I listen to the sound of your voice, I go with exactly what I'm seeing, so I'm not completely sure how it's related to your family dynamic, but the advice that I'm getting for you right now is to really focus on your finances.
I will do that, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Donna. Have a wonderful weekend. 1-877-528-8255 is toll-free throughout the U.S., Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii. Dougal Fraser is our very special guest. His website, X Zone Nation, www.DOUGALFRASER.com. That's DOUGALFRASER.com. And this segment of the X Zone is being brought to you by Carolyn Bartz, who is the author of Secrets of Cat Attitude Revealed. Visit her website at www.secretsofcatattituderevealed. Dougal and I will return on the other side of this commercial break. We've got time for 2 more calls at 1-877-528-8255. My name's Rob McConnell. This is the X Zone, and I hope that each and every one of you listening tonight has a safe and wonderful weekend. Dougal and I will be back on the other side of this break, and with more of your calls, so don't go away, X Zone Nation.
This is Dan Hall from No More Waiting, the folks that get structured settlement holders their money now. So right now, call us at 800-769-3498. Got an insurance settlement that's taking years to pay out, but you want your money now? No More Waiting is for you. You're in the 3rd year of a 20-year settlement, but you want a new car or a new home now. No More Waiting is for you. Need to catch up on bills now? No More Waiting is for you. Call 800-769-3498. Want answers about about your settlement payments now, No More Waiting is for you. In fact, No More Waiting has prepared a DVD chock full of information to help you get the most money for your settlement payments. Call today. It's free and there's no obligation. Call 800-769-3498. That's right, for your free DVD. Just call 800-769-3498. For your free quote, your free DVD, and your path to financial freedom. Call No More Waiting at 800-769-3498 now.
Whether it's the arrival of Planet X in 2012, the Earth's crazy weather cycles, our deadly global warming, Armageddon, UFOs, ETs, terrorism, the critical mass 2008 presidential elections, Dr. Jason Rand talks the talk and walks the walk. Being a twice-nominated Grammy record producer, recording artist, publisher, lecturer, UFO ET researcher and investigator, and best-selling author of The Return of Planet X, Mankind's Ongoing Legacy with a Brown Dwarf Star, Dr. Jason Rand truly does walk the walk and talk the talk. For more information on Dr. Jason Rand or to order The Return of Planet X, visit his website at www.returnofplanet-x.com or call 901-336-9660. And where will you be in the year 2012?
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking all our guests tonight, Lieutenant Eric Shine, Dalton Walker, Paul Wright, and, of course, our very special guest this hour, Dougal Fraser. His website is www.dougalfraser.com. That's www.DOUGALFRASER.com. All right, Dougal, we're going to take two more calls. Let's see. Let's go to Amber in Oregon. Hello, Amber. Please say your name 3 times for Dougal and ask your question.
Hi, my name's Amber, and I've always struggled socially, and I'm wondering why that is and what I can do to try to fix that.
Well, first of all, one of the things you want to work on is making sure that you're not second-guessing yourself. You have a really, really pale blue aura. Blue light is considered the light of truth and wisdom. It comes from the center of the forebrain. But a lot of times when I see blue, no matter what you're thinking, it's like you rehearse it in your head, you say it over and over and over again, and then you kind of forget to actually verbally express it. So one of the things I'd love to have you do is kind of experiment with some breathing techniques. Maybe go to the bookstore, get some books on creative visualization. Energy comes through your body so quickly that I don't think you know how to really hold on to it. So if you use some breathing techniques and learned how to kind of ground yourself, I think it would be easier for you to kind of express yourself. The good news is I keep seeing a change of location. Where did you say you live now?
Oregon.
Oregon. Okay, there's a change in location. I don't think it's far. I would say about 50 miles north, south, east, or west of where you are now. Once that move happens, you seem to connect with your soul group. Your soul group are people of like-minded consciousness, people similar to you. It's my understanding right now in your current living situation, I just don't see enough reflections of self. I don't see enough similarities. So be patient right now, work with your own energy, practice a little bit more about speaking in the moment, not worrying about how it's going to sound, and as you do that, by the law of attraction, I think you're going to pull in some people that are of like-minded consciousness. But do remember that there's a move connected to that. I would guess, or I would have to say, based on what I'm seeing, the move is about in the next 3-month period.
I'm supposed to be moving. I don't think it's 50 miles, but in May, beginning of June, I'm supposed to be moving back to my mom's.
Where's your mom?
And, what's that?
Where's your mom's?
She lives in Gresham. It's probably about 30 miles.
Well, I mean, 30 miles. There's only so much I can do.
Okay, it seems about right. And
well, for my feeling is, sorry for laughing, it's late. Once the move takes place, it's going to be easier for you to connect with people, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks very much for calling, honey. Take care of yourself.
Hey, Rob,
have a great
can I
weekend.
say something quickly?
You sure can.
Okay, just for people who are listening, just so you know, in the psychic world, it's kind of like playing cosmic charades. When I say moving 50 miles and you're moving about 30, I mean, come on.
Okay, we've got one final call. Mike in Dallas. Mike, please say your name 3 times and your question for Dougal?
Hi, it's Mike, and I was kind of wondering the same thing. Do you see a change in my location?
Well, I swear to God, I do actually see a change in your location. Actually, Mike, I'm going to be in Dallas in June, so if you go to my website, I'm doing a workshop. But anyway, I do see a move for you. To be honest with you, they keep showing the number 2. So there's a period of time where you actually have 2 residences. Do you currently own 2 pieces of property?
No.
Okay. Because there's a period of time where you have 2 residences and it feels like you're going back and forth. My advice to you is not to settle and choose one thing. There's something about your job and the next opportunity that gives you the opportunity to kind of live in 2 different places, which I think is good. So I don't see you settling in one area. Like I said, it's 2 different locations, okay?
I hate to do this, guys, but we've run out of time. Dougal, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Always a great pleasure having you on the show. And Laura said to make sure to let you know that she said hi.
Thank you very much. Tell her I said hi as well.
Take care, my friend. Thanks again. Dougal Fraser, www.dougalfraser.com. Thank you, X-Zone Nation, for allowing us to be part of your day or night, no matter where you are in this great big world. Green Hornet, thank you very much. Laura, as always, honey, thank you. And X-Zone Nation, until Monday, keep your eyes to the sky and your heart to the light. And